development of handwriting skills. Yeah, this is part of the series for our webinar series in empowering special needs community. Of course, for this webinar, it can be applicable, yeah, for parents with special needs children and also parents with typical children, yeah, because all children will also need to go through the development of fine motor skills and also handwriting. So we want to share our knowledge, to all parents, so that during this time of MCOs, that children are staying at home to do self-learning, online learning, and they also can engage with some activities that can help them, yeah, to develop their fine motor skills, their attention, yeah. Even we have upcoming webinar on reading as well. So we are happy to have all of you here to join us on this development of handwriting skills. We will have two speakers, I myself, Tracy, and Nur Amalina. And Nur Amalina is the therapist in Chrysalis, Seremban. Yeah, so we have a lot of experience dealing with special needs, whether they're autism, ADHD, or dyslexia. And for this webinar, we are open to all parents. Yeah, even though your children are typical children, yeah, this will be useful for them as well. The objectives of this webinar is to understand the development of the fine motor skills, or we say that pre-handwriting skills. Yeah, so before the child learn how to hold the pencil to write, they also need to develop the pre-handwriting skills. Yeah, the fine motor skills, strategies and treatment approaches for children who have difficulties in handwriting skills particularly. Yeah, and also to learn how to modify the classroom and also the home setting, right, environment to improve your child's handwriting skills. Yeah, so these are our three main objectives for today's webinar. Why is handwriting important? Yeah, I believe that we all also learn to develop our handwriting skills from young. Yeah, because handwriting is very much embedded in our society. It's all needed. Yeah, and of course nowadays that we are more and more inclined to use computers, digital form. Yeah, in terms of touch typings. Yeah, we're using phone for texting. Yeah, but that is also important. Yeah, but handwriting is something that we also need to use it daily. So with proper handwriting development, it can also build the child's self-esteem. Yeah, and hand is essentially important, yeah, for our communication and necessary for life skills. So we do have research saying that handwriting performance has a far-reaching effect on self-image, academic achievements, attitudes, and behavior. Pencil grasp development. Yeah, this is how when you hold the pencil, what are the things that you will need to develop? Yeah, many a times that we may take it for granted that we think that we slowly will able to get the skills needed to hold the pencil properly, and to write. But there is actually a lot of other skills that are needed before the child learn how to write, how to hold the pencil properly. Because with a good pencil grips, it can help to reduce the fatigue, yeah, in terms of writing. This is the early grasp. This is the early grasp of children. You can see that from 0 to 2 years old, this is called radial cross palmar. Yeah, so if you have young children, age 0 to 2, normally they will hold the whole hands, yeah, to grasp the pen or the pencil or the crayon to scribble. Yeah, so this is normal development of handwriting. Yeah, this is normal. Yeah, for young children, they're holding the whole grasp like this. Yeah, and when a child grows a bit older, they begins to have more strength and begins to move their whole hands, the whole arms here, yeah, to scribble, yeah. So pencil held like a dagger. So when the child at 2 to 3 years old, they begin to have more finer grabs. Yeah, and this is what we call it digital pronet grabs. Yeah, all fingers hold the pencil and the palm facing towards the page. Yeah, so this is like that. Yeah. And when the child grows to 3 to 4 years old, they begin to use a little bit finer. Yeah, four fingers. Four fingers are held on the page. Yeah, beginning to form the arch between the thumbs and the index. Yeah, so this is how the really means that 4-finger grabs. Yeah, for 3 to 4 years old. Yeah, so it is normal. Yeah, they begin to hold it like this. Yeah, of course, slowly then later on when the child's the fingers strength is developed, they can actually hold it more in a proper way. And also during this time, between 3 to 4 years old, the child may begin to show which is the dominant hand. Yeah, especially when you put the things in the middle, or you put the writing implements. It could be a crayon, it could be a magnetic pen, you know. So you see which hand that the child begins to take. Yeah, so it could be on the left or it could be on the right hand. So it is okay that sometimes the children may use both hands to scribble. Yeah, because they are still exploring, you know, which fingers are more dominant. Yeah. Okay, inefficient grabs. Yeah, so look at this. This is the way the child hold. You can look at that. It's very awkward. Yeah, interdigital brace. Yeah, you can see the pencil is held in between the fingers. Yeah, and then some of them they use the thumb tuck grabs. Yeah, the thumb is tucked under the first three fingers and wrap around them. Yeah, this is how they hold this. And then there's a key and lateral pinch grabs and the hyperextended index finger. Yeah, so this is not the correct way to hold the pencil. Yeah. Okay, now that the child will grow older and begins to develop a better handwriting, better pencil grips, they call it static tripod grabs. Yeah, 4 to 6 years old. So you can see the three fingers. Yeah, the three fingers grabs where the thumb, index, and the third finger work together as one unit. Yeah, and then slowly they begins to bend their second finger to hold the pencil properly. Yeah, this is called the tripod grabs. The tripod grabs is held by the first three fingers, yeah, which move independently to the fourth and fifth fingers. And lastly, this is the lateral tripod grabs. Yeah. So I'm showing this development of the pencil grabs to let you understand that, yeah, the child will slowly begin to hold the pencil differently at different stages. Yeah. So it is okay that the child at a very young age to hold it with the whole hands. Yeah, and they hold it like this. Yeah. But then eventually the child may need to develop a better pencil grip, especially when the child reach 5, grade 4, 5, and 6. Okay, these are some of the pictures of our clients that we're working with. You can see they are very young children. They are aged between 3 to 5 years old. Yeah. And you can see this little boy, yeah, the way that he holds the pencil. Yeah. So he is still at the stage of like 3 years old. Yeah, he's scribbling. Yeah. And I would like also to highlight, some of the issues with children with some handwriting disorders, and we call it dysgraphia. And dysgraphia means a handwriting disorder. Yeah. Dysgraphia refers to the having trouble with writing. As you can see, this is the sample dysgraphia handwriting example. Yeah. So they may have issues with spacings, yeah, and then the uppercase and the lowercase, yeah, and then they may have issues with some spelling. Yeah, for dyslexic students, they may have issues with spelling as well. But for dysgraphia, it's mainly on the handwriting, yeah. So you can see this handwriting example, yeah. It says no concept of spacing. Yeah, they may have difficulties in writing in a proper spacing. Yeah, they may have pressed too hard on the writing utensils. Yeah, and they have trouble writing online. And they may also complain that they are tired, yeah, of doing the writing. These are the 7 signs of dysgraphia. Poor letter formation. Yeah, poor letter formation. They may write the letter S, letter T in a different formation. Like for example, T. So the child may write, yeah, they may say for example, they may write the letter T, like this, going upward, right? Or the M like this. Yeah. So it's a incorrect letter formation. Yeah. Secondly, they may also experience some pain and frustrations from handwriting. Yeah. Difficulties in spacing text. Yeah. Poor spelling. It may also have difficulties, yeah, in spelling certain words. Yeah. Ungrammatically and disorganized writing, and avoidance of schoolworks, low confidence and negative self-image. Yeah, so these are some of the early signs of children with dysgraphia. So this is the handwriting checklist that we usually use when we begin our intervention with our children. So we will need to assess what level are they now at. Yeah, despite their age. So the child may age 4 years old, but then the writing skill may be at, or 2.5 years old, right? So with this, we will see how the child perform. Are they at the stage of still scribbling, even though the child is 4 years old? Or can they actually make some drawing, like circle shapes, vertical, or a cross? Yeah. So with this checklist, it will help us, to provide an intervention, yeah, and to address what are the level of handwriting skill the child needs to do. Yeah. So before we look into even writing alphabets or writing numbers, so this is the pre-writing line development the child will need. Yeah. This is for 2 years old doing the vertical line. Yeah. Tendency they may start with, they will draw the line from down to up. Yeah. So this is what usually they will do, from up to top, from down to up. Yeah. And then at 3 years old, yeah, 0, drawing circles. Yeah. So at this age, it is very important that the children's are engaged even in some drawing skills, because drawing skill is very good, because it helps to let them try out all these kind of lines formations and the shapes formations before they write alphabets. Yeah, so I would encourage them to even draw more. Yeah, take it as a group activities with the parents and the child together. Let's draw something. Yeah, to draw the house, draw animals, to explore different kind of movements. Yeah, before they moving on to write alphabets. Yeah, because this is the pre-writing skills that needed. Yeah, so drawing is very good. Yeah, you can use chalks to draw. Yeah, use chalks or use crayons or even use color pencil. Yeah, because it is colorful. It is more interesting, yeah, than just pencil. So you can see that the development of handwriting begins with the early scribbling. Yeah, at the age of one plus, yeah, the child begins to hold the writing implements. So it could be the colored pen, could be the crayon. Yeah, this is how the child actually will just scribble. Okay, in terms of the writing readiness, what they call it a pre-writing skills. Yeah, this is fundamental. This is very important for young children. Yeah, as they develop these fundamental skills. Yeah, before they are able to write. Yeah. So today we are sharing a lot of these pre-handwriting skills, yeah, for your children. So these skills are necessary as they contribute to the child's ability to hold and to use pencil, to draw, to copy, and to color. And the major components of pre-writing skills are the pre-writing lines and strokes, which I shared just now. Okay, these are the prerequisites to handwriting. Yeah. So before we even start to teach them how to write alphabets, letters, or numbers, so they will need to develop, first of all, the hand and finger strength. Yeah. So when we have this, when we hold a pencil or even hold certain things, right? We can encourage them to lift up their bags, or give them indirect activities for that. Yeah, to keep the chairs, uh, to help to develop the hand and finger strengths. Crossing the midline. Okay, midline is the line that is in the middle of our body. Yeah, this is called the midline. Yeah, this is midline. So for a very young children, like from 6 months to 2 years old, if you put the things or you put the objects on your right, tendency the child will tick with their right hand. If you put the things on the left hand, the tendency the child will tick with their left hand. Yeah. So crossing midline means that I will need to use my right hand to cross over to the left side, right? So when we do writing, actually we need to cross the midline all the time. Yeah. So we can help to develop this crossing midline, yeah, by having certain games, even catching balls. Yeah, they need to move to the left and to the right. Yeah, this is what they call it, crossing midline. And pencil grabs. Yeah, pencil grabs. So the child need to develop the pencil grabs before the handwriting. So the handwriting grabs is something like this. Yeah, what activities that we can help our kids to develop a better handwriting grasp. Yeah. And then for handwriting, they also need to develop hand-eye coordination. Yeah, hand-eye coordination. That means that they need to look and to tell the hands what to do. Yeah. Activities that we need to engage with them, like even threading beads. Yeah. Even dot to dots exercise. Yeah. Or even like the magnetic, yeah, maze. Yeah, they got to trace, using here to concentrate, yeah, put attention, and they have to coordinate the movements, yeah, with your hand. Yeah, just call it hand-eye coordination. Bilateral integration. Yeah, bilateral means using both hands, yeah, for activities. Yeah, how do we encourage that? You know, even playing, play-doh, we need to use both hands. Yeah, or screw, unscrew, using bilateral. Yeah, even we play catching balls. Yeah, we need to also use both hands. Yeah, this is what they call it, bilateral. Yeah, even using scissors skill as well, you need to have bilateral as well. Because one hand need to hold the paper and the other hand hold the scissors, yeah, to cut. So this using both hands, yeah, to do. Upper body strength. Yeah, upper body strength could be the shoulder strength, yeah, and upper body. Yeah, why is it needed? Yeah, because when we do the writing, we need to have a good support, yeah, from our shoulder, yeah, so that the child have the strength, have the stamina to write longer. Yeah, so this is why that we also work on how to build the upper body strength, like we do wheelbarrows, yeah, to encourage that, yeah, body strength. Object manipulation. Yeah, how do we manipulate the objects using our fingers? Even screw, unscrew the bottles, yeah, even playing the Lego, yeah, we need to manipulate, yeah, the objects. So let's call it objects manipulation. Visual perceptions, yeah, our, say we're going to draw within the circles, color within the circles, so we need to have the good visual perceptions. Hand dominance, like just now I mentioned, yeah, the child begins to develop dominant hands. Some are using the left hand, some are using the right hand. Yeah, so they begin at the age of 4, 5, 6, they begin to show which dominant hand they are using. Yeah, they have seen some kids that they write using their right hand, but they may use left hand to hold the spoon. There may be something like that. Okay, when the child has difficulties in pre-writing skills, yeah, they also often have difficulties with behavior. Yeah, they may show in their behavior like they may avoid, yeah, certain writing tasks. Yeah, they may show frustrations. Yeah, and also self-esteem. Yeah, academic performance, it may affect their academic performance because they may want to avoid doing activities. Yeah, using pencil and paper. And self-care and avoidance. Yeah. So before I continue, I would like to hear from the participants here. Yeah. What are the areas that you having concern regards to pre-writing or handwriting skills? As I mentioned here, there are some difficulties with this. Are there any you may want to share with us? You know, what are the areas that you are facing? Yeah, in helping your child to develop this pre-writing and handwriting skills. Yeah, you can feel free to drop into the chat, or you can unmute. Yeah, so let this webinar be more interactive, so that I can hear from you as well. Okay. Just now I see somebody raise their hands. Okay, let me hold on now. Okay, I'll request her to go back to this page. Yeah, to this page. Look at that. And then I have a questions. Yeah. When using the pencil, the child doesn't have strength, but when pinching paper is super painful. Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so maybe if the child holds, the pencil, you may, that means if the child may not have enough strength, to hold it properly and to write. So he may write it very gently. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that he has a low muscle. Yeah, sometimes Madam Leong also mentioned that they have trained the child 6 years old using the pencil grip rubber. Yeah, that means using the pencil grip holder to help to improve the handwriting skills, improve the pencil grip. Yeah, so there are few ways to help to incorporate this, right? So maybe first of all you need to do some exercise with their fingers, the manipulation skills, even screwing, unscrewing, yeah, even putting the stickers. And this will be useful. They will be helpful for to help to increase their uh, textile sensitivity, right? And then we can also use some of the rubber bands, to hold it so that the pencil actually will fall to the support over here. Because sometimes they write, they may write it like this, right? Okay, so now we are moving on to the second part, of our sessions, that to share with you some tips, strategies that we as therapists and special needs teachers are using to help our kids to develop these handwriting skills. Yeah, so I am happy to my therapist teacher Amal to share with her some of the activities that she does with her children.
Okay, so today I share with you all. So there are many schools use different handwriting models. So for me, I'm using two models for this handwriting intervention. All right, next slide. Okay, so actually I'm using this um, two models for this handwriting intervention. First is sensory motor component, and second is therapeutic practice. For the sensory motor components, they divide into three. So first is sensory, means tactile, and second we use a neuromuscular, means is muscle, and third is we use motor. For the therapeutic, so we use basically the demonstrated therapeutic practice based on principle of motor learning had a beneficial effect on handwriting performance. So this one we use more on gross motor skills. All right. Okay. We go through the sensory motor component. What is sensory? Sensory we use for the improve the handwriting. We use tactile and proprioception. Proprioception is a muscle tone here, and then gross in writing tools. Use visual, focusing on the letters, lines, shapes, and strokes. And next is position in space. It means a spacing between letters and placing letters. Okay, next component is neuromuscular. So we use muscle tone for the stability. It means sustain upright position for the sitting and the mobility. And then strength is maintained to consistency on writing tools. And then third is postural control, is ability to control the right position, okay, to adjust the position while writing. Okay.
Yeah, so you can see that all these components are important. Yeah, they work hand in hand to develop handwriting skills. Yeah. Emma,
Okay.
you know, continue.
Okay, we go to the next slide. All right. Okay. So those
This
are
one you
these
covered.
activities. All right.
This one you covered already. Motto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a motto. All right. Next component. Oh, sorry. This one the
Which one?
motto.
Yeah.
Motto. Yeah. So this one is a motto component. So this one is a crossing midline. So we writing across the midline. Here the midline here. Maybe this one is activities for crossing A to A, right? So it's easy. So next is bilateral integration, holding tools and stabilizing with both hands. So this one is holding tools, bilateral. So this one maybe you can use a scissors and the paper, holding the paper. So we use a both hand. And next is visual motor coordination. So this one is tracing dot to dot, okay, and color within the lines. So make sure the color not out of the line. All right.
Yeah. So this is also
Okay.
very much in also controlling, yeah, your hand movement. Yeah. When the child is younger, the child, remember the child do the scribbling, so it's less control. Yeah. So when the child gets older, the child may need to able to control the movement. Yeah. So that means they got to before they doing the handwriting, doing the alphabets, letters, writing. So before that, they need to control, yeah, control the movements, yeah. So that's why sometimes we need to develop that control, visual motor coordination, and the control movements.
Okay, so this exercise, so you can apply at home. You can practice at home during this pandemic. So it's easy for you all to practice. This is simple. It's simple, and you can practice at home. Okay, the first picture, it shows that wheelbarrow puzzle work. Wheelbarrow puzzle walk. Okay, so as you can see the picture, can you give any idea this activity is good for what? Maybe you can chat, maybe you can share, maybe you have any idea to share with me, with us. All right, Nicole?
Yeah, so while we're doing this wheelbarrow puzzle walk, right? So we're actually making this activity more interesting. Yeah, instead of just doing the wheelbarrow walk, but we are engaging them. So you need to fix the puzzle. Yeah, hold one puzzle in one hand, and then you got to encourage them, motivate them, to go over and then to do the wheelbarrow and then put the puzzle again. Yeah. So normally after we have the child has go through one wheelbarrow line, actually will get very tired. Yeah. So we let them rest for a while, then get ready, and then we do it again and go back and forth. Yeah.
Okay,
So as you
this
can
wheelbarrow
see,
puzzle work.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Amma, uh, what are the advantage of doing this wheelbarrow?
Okay, so this one for good for the shoulder strength. Yeah, just now we mentioned that for the strengthening, shoulder strengthening, and then good for the good for the proprioception here, muscle tone here. All right, and then good for the visual also because we use the matching here, right? And also for the core strengthening. So as you can see, what is proprioception is the joint sense here. Good for them. All right. So if the child is not comfortable, okay, so you can put the gym ball here on their belly, okay, and then try to push them slowly. Okay. All right. Next is exercise. You can do is propelling scooter board with hands. Okay, this activity is good for the bilateral. Okay, bilateral and also the physical strength. All right, and also the vestibular and then also the motor planning. They use
Yeah.
both hands how to push the body, so body
Yeah.
strengthening. All
Yeah.
right.
So this is it. You can see indirectly. You can see the boy. The heads are held up. Yeah, indirectly you need to hook up the upper part of the body. Yeah, and then using the hand to move forward. Yeah, so we are strengthening the upper body strength. Yeah, and then the head actually hold it up. Yeah, if the child has a weak muscle tendency, the child will just slump forward, right, and not able to move with their hands. Yeah, so with this exercise, we make it fun for them. Yeah, and make sure that the board is have a soft, as padded so that it will not feel too painful. Yeah, on the stomach. Yeah.
Okay, next exercise is rock climbing wall. Okay, as you can see, the child here is using her gripping, okay, to grip, okay, the toes there. So this one for good for finger strengthening, okay, for the hand strengthening, for the fine motor, for the hand feet coordination. So it's related. So this one is good for the visual also. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next slide is monkey bar exercise. So maybe you can go to the um, um, to make it
Playground.
playground. Yes, playground. So you can make them to do this exercise. Is good for the body strengthening and good for the shoulder and good for the hand-eye coordination, the balance. The make a good posture. You can see the child here. Okay, see. This activity is good for the posture. All right. Okay, next is this is exercise for hand and finger strengthening. So this one is a paper clip. So this activity you can do at home. So this one is easy. You just take a paper clips and ask them to put on the paper. This one for the prints, good for the fingertips exercise. All right, for the finger strengthening and also for the focusing also. All right.
Yeah. So it's yeah, very simple activities, where I can get paper clips easily. Yeah. So you can get them to put on the paper. So when they put the paper clips, you can see the hand, how they manipulate their fingers. Yeah. So tendency they will use the first three fingers, which we want, right? So they will use the the index finger, the thumb, to fix the paper clips onto the paper. Yeah, and also they need to look carefully where to put. Yeah, so it's good for eye-hand coordination as well.
Okay. Next, we have a hand and finger strengthening exercise also. So you can do it at home. So this one is tweezer toys. If you don't have a tweezer, maybe you can use a cloth pack. So use a cloth pack and ask them to pick up the toys. All right. So this one
Yeah.
is good for the hand strengthening, for the finger strengthening, for the muscle tone, for the joint muscle. Okay, this one is okay. Next is scissors cutting. All right, the scissors cutting. This one, just now we mentioned that this one for the bilateral skills. Yeah, we use both hand. Okay, one is for scissors and one hand use to hold the paper. All right, this one good for, also for the eye hand coordination, focusing, and then control the paper, control the scissor. All right. Okay.
And we have different types of scissors. We have those scissors are meant for young children, right? And we have scissors that are for lefties, for left-handed. Yeah, so we can also buy the scissors, yeah, used for the left hand. But we have seen children who may write using their left hand, but they use scissors using their right hand, which is also okay. Yeah. So when we do the scissors cutting exercise, so you can see that it improves the eye-hand coordination. You need to see where to cut, right? And how to manipulate. Yeah, how to turn the papers accordingly or turn their scissors to cut. Yeah, so yeah, so this is very fun activities. Yeah, like we do craft activities involving scissors cutting, pasting. Yeah, all these are very good exercise. Yeah.
Okay, next exercise is very easy. This squeezing sponge, maybe you can do it in while during bath, right? The child, okay, squeezing the sponge and ask them to squeeze. So this is a early beginner to squeeze before start for the scissor skills. Maybe start with the squeezing sponge first. Okay, this one good for the hand strengthening, and then for the proprioception. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So even for very young children, they have bathing, so you can actually put the sponge, and let them squeeze onto the bottle, something that is fun, yeah, for them to do. But then you know that this is also good to help to exercise and strengthen their grasp, yeah, the strength, yeah.
Okay, next exercise. Okay, just take maybe a box, okay, a box or a Tupperware or nothing. So you can use a rubber band, finger strengthening with rubber band. You ask them to to pull the rubber and ask them to put inside. Okay, this one good for the finger strengthening, hand strengthening, for the joint also, for the make to ask them to focus and put nicely. All right. Okay. So this one also for bilateral. Next is a zipper activity. Okay. The zipper activity is for the hand-eye coordination and ask them to pull, and then
Yeah, you can see, yeah, the child's hand, yeah, the movement. So you can see the child holding the zipper, right? So tendency that the child will hold it very nicely, yeah, using their pincer grip, right? Yeah, so this is good to help them to manipulate, yeah, and how to uh, uh, even beside learning, this is prerequisite to handwriting, but it also help them. This is necessary life skill as well, yeah, zipper, yeah, buttoning as well, buttoning, yeah.
buttoning. Okay. So next is lacing, shoelace. So this one for bilateral also use for focusing and for the eye-hand coordination. So this activity is suitable, so easy, make fun. Then you can do also at home. All right.
Mm. Yeah, so we have this lacing shoelace block. Yeah, so beside helping them with their, to lace, cross, but it also teach them the skills, how to lace shoes later on. Yeah, so this is a very nice lacing shoe lace block. Yeah.
Okay, next activity is easy. Use a knife and we do cutting fruits or anything, or cutting things or cutting. All right, so we use a knife to cut. So this one for good for bilateral, good for the eye-hand coordination, and use hand strengthening, good for the hand strengthening. All right, okay. Next activity, pick up the beads. Okay, maybe you can at home you can put, if you don't have any beads, you can pick up the bean. Okay, ask them to put. So this one for the pincer grip, for the pins, for the finger strengthening. Good for the finger strengthening. Okay,
Yeah.
next. Okay, as you can see the picture, the child is cutting the play-doh. So as you can see, the
Amma,
for the
your line is a bit not stable. Can you repeat again?
yeah. All right. Okay. This activity is cutting play-doh. Now, okay, ready?
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So this activity is cutting play-doh. So as you can see the picture, the child is struggling. Okay. We use her hand to cut the play-doh. So this one good for the proprioception. So this one good for the improve the bilateral skills. Okay, for the eye-hand coordination and also the finger strength. All right.
Yeah. So you can see the child's shoulder. Yeah, you can see it's a bit up. awkward, isn't it? Yeah, the child lifting up the shoulder, yeah, to give her more strength to cut. Yeah, so it shows that yeah the child is lacking the strength, yeah, to cut properly. Yeah, so that it shows that the child need to strengthen the upper body here. Yeah.
Okay, next is a dot sticker. Okay, so as you can see the picture, the kids is try to peel off the sticker. This one also good for the sensory. This one also good for the fine motor skill. So you peel off and then paste it on the paper. So as you can see, the paper is here. You got dot here. So ask them to peel and paste it. So this one good for the eye-hand coordination. So eye-hand coordination, and also for the motor planning. All right, for the good for um, finger strengthening. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. So next exercise you can do at home, hand and finger strengthening exercise, is a tear paper. So this one, as you can see the picture, the kids is struggling to tear paper. You see, we use we need to tear paper like this, but the kids is try to pull it. Okay, so we need to tear like this, the paper. So this activity is good for the bilateral. So this activity also good for the hand strengthening. All right, for the hand-eye coordination also. All right, how to manipulate. Okay, next is a game coin dropping. So this good for the eye-hand coordination. So for the focusing, for the attention span also. You see. All right. So this one, the coin box, is easy. So you can find the coin. Okay, you can find any box and then make a hole and ask them to put. So this one for the good for the eye-hand coordination and ask them to put. So if you can see the picture, the child is cannot see the hole. So if good, you take the box and sit on the floor and ask them. So easy for the child to look at the hole and easy to put the coin. So this one for the good for the coordination. Is it here? Is it like this? Is it like this? Okay, the joint, the proprioception. All right.
Yeah. Just now we mentioned that as children grow up, they begins to move from full grabs, yeah, full grabs to more of a finer pincer grab. Yeah. So when they actually need to pick up the coins, yeah, they're not picking up with their whole hand like this, isn't it? This is like a baby waist, right? But then they begins to pick up the coins on the table, yeah, and using their finger, not using their whole palm, right? So this is to help to get them used to using their fingers to do things, yeah. So and then when they put it, they need to put it with their finger like this, yeah. So this is what we are looking for. This is what we are want to develop, yeah, in the young children's skills.
Okay. All right. This one is good for bilateral lacing beads. Okay. All right. So this one good for eye-hand coordination. Ask them to put inside. Take the beads and put inside the the put
String,
inside the what
string.
the string. Yeah, the string. Yeah, yeah, the string. Okay, ask them to put the beads inside the string. Okay, this one good for the eye-hand coordination and also the attention span to improve the bilateral because he used both hands. All right. So
Yeah.
find the activity, can use it for both hands. All right.
Yeah. So usually
Next.
we have also some diagrams, some uh for them to follow the sequence of the beats. Yeah, it can be different patterns. Yeah, and then they can follow the patterns at the same time to how to use both hand bilateral to hold the string and then the other hand to uh insert the beats through the strings. Yeah.
All right. So next games or next activity is cloth packs. Okay, so maybe you can more creativity. So you can create more creativity, make creative. So ask them to put this one good for the visual. So ask them to um, take the cloth pack and put according to the color. Okay, maybe first maybe you can use for the primary color, and then next after that
Uh,
you can
oh,
increase. Yeah.
yeah. So as you are letting the children play with the packs, right? So it is a very good exercise to strengthen their fingers because they need to press open. Yeah, for some young children they may not have strength, to just pull, press to open, isn't it? Yeah, press. So this is good. When they press, they actually exert the strength on their fingers and to open. Yeah, and to open and then put it in. Yeah. So usually we will let the child do. Yeah. So this one we are making it to be more of a fun activities. They have to put the packs according to the colors. Yeah. And then later on I will ask them to remove this as well. Yeah. Remove the pack so they can put it and then remove it again. Yeah. So of course remove it, you need to also open it again and press. Yeah, so this is a very good exercise. You can find book packs at home. You can do this easily, yeah, at home.
Okay, next activity, bolts and nuts screw activity. So as you can see the picture, uh, so this one good for the eye-hand coordination, for the bilateral, for the attention span also. So good for the finger strengthening. So this one, this is a beginner activity. All right.
So as you can imagine when they do the screwing, yeah, they are twisting their wrist. Yeah, so this is what we are looking for, to let the child turn and unturn, to twist. So when we do the twisting, so they actually are exercising their wrist movement. Yeah, because when we do the writing, we need to actually move our hand, move our finger and our wrist to write, right? Yeah, so this is one of the movement the child need to develop. Yeah, so turning, twisting is good for them.
Okay, next activity. So this one is Lego brick play. So this one good for the hand strengthening. So they ask them to pull up, pull, and then good also for the ask them to for the visual also. I ask them put according to the color. Okay, where is the red color? Where is the yellow color? And ask them to put. Right. So this one for the eye hand coordination, for the hand strengthening, for the joint and tension also. Okay. Okay, next rolling Play-Doh. So this one also can do Play-Doh at home. So, okay, and then this activity for the bilateral, for the hand strengthening, for the joint muscle. All right. See, as you can see the picture, the boy is struggling actually. He need to press it more. Okay, but this one is good for the hand strengthening. All right, then you can do at home. Okay, next is finger strengthening with a rubber flower grip. So this one you can replace it with the rubber band. Okay, so ask them to strengthen it. Okay, their hand. So this one is for, I think some of the kids will not able to do it. So if your child is can, so ask them to do. All right, make it good for the finger strengthening. All right. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So we have shared with you some of the simple activities that you can actually practice, yeah, at home. Yes, these are some of the tools that are easily available. Yeah, Play-Doh, you can use make your own Play-Doh, yeah. And now we want to share a bit more on how to develop better handwriting skills. Yeah, so that now the child is already like, can hold the pencil more in a more proper way. And now the next challenge is to how to develop the correct letter formation. Yeah, so we use a multi-sensory approach. Yeah, you may use tactile. Yeah, you can use a sandpaper, tactile. You can also use a sand. Yeah, you can also use tapioca flour. Tapioca flour with water is very nice. Yeah, so they can write on that material. Yeah, not necessary pencil, but this is using the tactile, means a finger. Yeah, yeah, or you have a sandpaper. Yeah, let them feel, yeah, the movements of the letters. Yeah, and then movement, and then sound. Yeah, sound is like when I teach the child to write, let's say for example M, so I will give them verbal instruction. Yeah, verbal instruction. Okay, one down, yeah, down, and then sideways down, up and down. Yeah, so I will give them some verbal explanation. Yeah, that is a small letter. Okay, go down, jump, and jump. So I will just let them visualize, the movement of the M, right? So down and then jump one, jump second time. Yeah, this is M. So when the child begin to write, they can actually write on the wall using their fingers, or they can write on the sand using their fingers first, or even it can be even writing in the pencil as well. So we give them some verbal instructions. Yeah, and then you can also need to let them know where to start. Yeah, which is the proper way to start. I say A is from the top. Yeah, so I may let them know that, okay, go to the, so I will start with the little dot there first. Otherwise they may tendency to write from the bottom up, isn't it? Bottom up and then down. So now I put a dot there. Maybe I will make a red dot. Okay, they know where to start. So I may say and give them, remember, give them a multisensory approach, right? Sound, yeah, the verbal instruction. Okay, start from the dot. Okay, down. So this should go down, down. Second, down, and then straight. Yeah, down, down, straight. So we give them the sound, the verbal instructions. Yeah, and if they can use the tactile tool, you can draw on their back or draw on their hand. Let them feel. Okay, down, down, straight. Okay, now you write. Yeah, so I ask them to do more on the fun activities first, tactile, before they move on to the writing on the paper. Yeah. So similarly with all the other letters, we can do the same. Yeah. So they may have forgotten, where to start. Yeah. C, is it from the bottom up? Yeah. So if you put the dot as a starting point, so tendency they know, okay, where to start. Yeah. After much practice, they will get used to the right letter formation. Yeah. So this is how we teach our children to write the alphabets, even numbers as well. Yeah. Right. We also want to share with you about the importance of a good sitting posture. Yeah, so it's very important to let the child sit at the uh, appropriate height. Yeah, for the chair and the table. Yeah, you can see this illustrations here. Yeah, good postures uses correct muscles. Yeah, not hump forward, right? And and make sure that the feet, yeah, is not dangling, but the feet are firmly uh, on the floor. Yeah, but if let's say the child is a bit short, so you may put a stool, yeah, under the table and let the child uh, lay their legs on top of the stool. Okay, and then we encourage them to have good body posture, yeah, comfortable, yeah, and this is helpful because it can help to increase the alertness, limits the fatigue, and prevents back pain. Yeah, so you also want to ensure that the child, when they do the activities on the table or writing activities on the table, both hands are rested on the table. Yeah, because some kids, they have tendency to put one side of the maybe the left hand is on the chair and using the right hand to write. But as they do this, what happens is that they're using more of their strength on the left hand side. Yeah, so it's not balanced. So this may cause fatigue. They get easily tired. So I always ask them to put the other hand, the free hand, on the paper, yeah, to keep the paper, yeah, firmly on the table, so that they are well supported. Yeah, so when their strength, when the upper body strength, yeah, is strengthened, yeah, and then have a good sitting positions, it will help them, yeah, to write better. Yeah, they don't easily feel tired. So this is important, yeah, to have the good sitting posture. Okay, so we have shared some of our strategies, yeah, for parents on how that you can develop better handwriting skills for your children. Yeah. So before I continue, I would like to engage some interactions here, yeah, to address any concerns or any areas that you want us to, share with you more. Okay, and also I will address some of the questions posted in the chat, yeah. Okay, there's a question, if second finger and third finger is interchanged, is it okay? Do we need to change it? My son is 7. Okay, can you explain further? The second finger and the third finger interchange, what does it mean? Maybe can you show me? Yeah.
Okay, normally if we tripod holding the
Yeah, sorry, you're unmuted. Need to unmute. Alan, can you repeat your questions?
6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Alan?
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Can you repeat your question just now?
Okay, when my son hold the pencil, right, it's still tripod, but the second finger and third finger is interchanged, as in the third finger is stretching out, then second finger is in. Terbalik that.
Supposed to be like this, but then he is.
Now
like
the
this,
second finger, no, second finger is in, third finger is out.
Okay.
How do I show you?
Yeah, you can turn on your video to show us if you don't mind. Yeah.
Okay, can you see my
Yes.
finger? Instead of this way, he is this way. This way.
I can see your wrist. You may want to. Okay.
This way. He's this way instead of this way.
I
He's
see.
terbalik. Stop it.
Yeah.
So do we still need to change?
Okay.
Because it's
7, yeah. Yeah, I know that at the age of 7 and above, even 6, 7, 8, yeah, their grip are actually quite.
Can you stop?
Okay.
Yeah, their grip are actually quite firm. Yeah, to change it. But then we still can help to change it, try to get them familiarized with the correct pencil grip. Yeah, for example, you can use the pencil holder. Yeah, you can use a pencil holder, or even sometimes you will just wrap the blue tack or the Play-Doh around the pencil. and then you help to form the better handwriting, better grip, yeah. And then, and sometimes if the pens, if the, let me, cannot see. Hold on now. Okay, so if let's say the you can see the pen is like too straight, right? So by right, you need to put it down here. So I will tie the rubber band. So if let's say you have a rubber band, or this is a bit painful, or you have those like rubber band, that thicker one for the hair. So you can just do like this, just do one, put a loop, right? Put a loop, and then you hold it, and then you can actually put on, go over the wrist, and then like this, right? And what they do is that they actually will pull the pen up to the hand like this. Can I show like that? Okay. So then the pen is, the pencil is firmly at the back of the, between the thumb and the index finger, and then you can manipulate, you can adjust the pen. Yeah, in that way, the pen, the pencil are in a better position. Yeah. So even the child is 7 years old, I think you can still try to change it. But otherwise, if let's say they are 8, they are quite used to that already. Even I myself also have a different pencil grip also. Yeah, but I think as long as it doesn't like uh, interfere too much of the handwriting, the eligibilities, and the child actually can write quite okay. So then it is not necessary to force it. Yeah, of course, that's for those that are young children. They are at developmental age where they are developing their pencil grip. Then we may want to start and develop the correct way. Yeah, so sometimes if the child is a bit already quite firm, it's already quite established in the pencil grip, is very hard to unlearn. Yeah. And another questions, yeah, how to help student at the age of 13 to hold pencil correctly? Yeah, my students still using second or third fingers to write. Yeah. So at the age of 13, so I think they are already quite established in terms of their pencil grip. Yeah, so it will be very difficult for them to change it. Yeah, and if let's say the handwriting is still eligible, yeah, so I think it's still okay. Yeah. Okay, another questions by Madam Leong. We have trained one of a 6-year-old girl pencil grip by using the pencil grip rubber. Yeah, for 2 to 3 years old. But her pencil grip didn't much improve, so we took the rubber off. Yeah. Okay, so maybe you want, like, before you work on the correction, so maybe you want to work on some of the fine motor skills. Yeah, even working on how to strengthen their pencil grip first, and the finger strength. Yeah, even fixing the play-doh, pulling apart. Yeah, and I like to use those blue tack. Yeah, you can buy those blue tack easily from the stationery bookshops. Yeah, those blue tack, you can ask them to tear the blue tack to pull apart. Yeah, this is good for strengthening. Pull apart, and then you can use a pen without the tip, right? Without the tip, and you ask them to press on the blue tack. Yeah, press on the blue tack to make hole. Yeah, so this will be very good to help to strengthen their strength. Yeah, and then a lot of times I can see that they are actually holding the pencil correctly. in a way. Yeah. So for young kids, actually using the pencil grip is actually very helpful. Yeah, for those that are younger ones, like 4 years old, 5 years old. Yeah, they are starting to develop the pencil grip. So Madam Teo saying that student has no problem to write, but often write with no spacing despite many reminders. Okay, yeah, I also have encountered these issues also with my students. So I will explain to them. For example, I will get them to, I will just imagine, okay, if I'm going near to the person, say I am standing too close to you, right? No spacing. I'm I am too close to you, right? Can you put a bit more space? Now, or you can role play with the student, right? Okay, give some space. So I want them to understand what is space, what is spacing. Yeah, so I say, okay, I move slightly away from him. See, I have some space between you, right? I have some space, right? So likewise, in the from words to words, right? You need to have spacing. Yeah, not too close together. Okay. So I ask them to let them imagine that, let them to understand. Yeah, okay. Imagine that not too close, right? 1 meter away. Okay, remember? Okay, so now in the words also need to have spacing, need to have some their own space. Yeah, and of course then we can teach them, okay, 1 finger spacing, right? 1 finger spacing. But in the end, of course, they need to visualize as well to be uh, always be reminded that they need to have spacing. Yeah. So you may want to do some explanation with them. Yeah. Okay, how to increase their strength on writing. Okay, some of need to do OT. Yeah, so this what OT does. Yeah, occupational therapists will help to strengthen their muscles, their fine motor skills, their gross motor, their attention. Yeah, that's why. But this is the activity that we usually do as well in occupational therapy. Yeah, so before they actually is uh, more strength in writing, so they can actually use other ways to increase their strength, right? So you can even do like art and craft activities, painting, yeah, even using different writing tools. Yeah, pencil is one of them. Yeah, but then we can always can use other things like crayon or even chalk. Yeah, so if you have a chalk, so you can break it into a smaller pieces chalk, because if you break the chalk and become a smaller pieces, like for example like this length, right? So tendency that they will hold it like this. Okay, they'll use the chalk like this and then they will write. Yeah, so using chalk is very good because you need to put more strength, put more effort to draw using the chalk on the chalkboard. So this will also help to increase their strength. And then when they do the writing as well, they will have tendency to get more strength on it. Yeah. Okay, how long per day for wheelbarrow walk? Yeah, for okay, after wheelbarrow, if you just go like about three three back and forth, 3 times back and forth will be enough. Yeah, because it will be very tiring for them. Yeah, and then sometimes for those who are really have a weaker upper body strength, they will feel very tired. Yeah, they will feel like after only just one exercise, they will be very tired and they will want to rest. Yeah, so normally we will do shorter version of wheelbarrow, and then over time we may want to increase it, yeah, longer. Yeah, so no need to be too strenuous. Yeah, depends on the child. Yeah, so wheelbarrow maybe you can do 1 time in the morning and then 1 time in the evening. Yeah. Okay, so just now I also mentioned about some of the activities that we can do to help to improve the pencil grip, right? Using the packs, yeah, to develop the dynamic tripod grabs, yeah, the pack, yeah, will be good because the pack they will use their finger, yeah, and sometimes when they use the pack, they may tend to use their middle finger and also the thumb, yeah, and then sometimes I will encourage them to use index finger instead. Use the index finger and the thumb, yeah, to do that. Or you can use index finger and the thumb together to give you more strength. Yeah, so pack is actually very good because you need to exert the strength. Yeah, using the second and the third finger. Yeah. What can help dysgraphia problem? Yeah, so dysgraphia just now we mentioned about is a trouble with writing, isn't it? Yeah, the handwriting skill quite weak. Yeah, and the handwriting is actually very messy. Yeah, so we can help to improve that by using a multi-sensory approach. Yeah, not just pencil but multi-sensory approach. Yeah, and uh, also to ensure that their sitting positions is good. Yeah, and then you can also practice writing. Yeah, later I will share with you some of the toys or materials that you can actually get to help to improve their handwriting. We have this embossed handwriting books, yeah, to get them to write in a more proper way. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for all the questions. I appreciate all your questions here. Okay, my 7-year-old child can't write on the line. Okay, can't write on the line. Okay, so sometimes I've also explained to them, you know, in a fun way, or let's say the G is above the line, or the P is the small P is above the line, making it a big P, right? So the small P is need to go over the line. So I will like, I will like, okay, I will sit on the table and then show them. You see, my leg is dangling. Yeah. So the letter need to sit on the table. The letter need to sit on the line. Yeah, when I sit on the line, look, when I sit on the table, you see my leg is dangling. Yeah, so I just tell them in such a way so that they can imagine. Okay, G need to sit on the line as well. Yeah, G, and then this one need to go down. Yeah, and then so you may want to practice. Yeah, so some other writing books, they have 2 lines, to get them practice on the writing on the line. Yeah. So I also would like to share with you some of our future talks as well. Yeah. So I take this opportunity, to share with you our upcoming webinars. On the 17th of July, we will have Bahasa, Bacaan dan Pemahaman. How can we help our children to improve in the area of bacaan? Yeah, in Bahasa. It will be in Bahasa. Suku kata, pemahaman. Yeah, on the 17th of July. And 24th of July, we will have a active and creative learning series. This is a activity for children. Yeah, this is activity for children. Brain gym and creative art expressions. Yeah, this is a children activity. You can encourage your children to come and join us. So we will have a sessions with some exercise, brain gym, left and right movement, and also creative arts. And on the 7th of August, we will have a webinar for parents on how to improve your children's reading skills. Yeah, this is on English. Yeah, so 17th July is for Bahasa. Yeah, the content in Bahasa, suku kata, pemahaman. And then on the 7th of August will be in the area of English. Yeah, English reading skills. Yeah, just want to take this opportunity to tell what we at Chrysalis do. So we do have individual therapy, for autism, for ADHD, TDD, and other special needs as well. Dyslexia remedial class to help them with readings, writing, occupational therapy. Actually, we do one-to-one. And then also we are starting our program, preparatory program to primary one, from July to December. So we are using this the second half of the year to prepare the child towards primary one. So if you want to know more, you can contact me directly. So we have 2 locations in Singapore and also Malaysia. You can screenshot this and you can contact us. So I want to take this opportunity to share with you some of the materials that we used for our children, and you can also get it from us as well. Free delivery, whether you're in Singapore or Malaysia. This is an embossed handwriting book. This is letter A to Z. This is an embossed, comes with the pen, a pen holder, and also refill. And also this is on the A to Z, and this is the handwriting, the words. This is embossed, so it is the material is very good. So tendency that the child will write in a correct manner. So this is a practice to help improve the handwriting skills. And some of the fine motor tools that we use, we have this screw nuts, 16 pairs, and this is a threading bead sets, 106 pieces. You have numbers, you have alphabets, you have objects here, and also the strings, And just now I show you the shoes lacing block, how to even tie the shoelace, and then can help with the fine motor skills. And magnetic maze, we have 2 design. One is on the space, and this is the number. So you can get the child to put 1 bits on the number 1 and then 2 bits on number 2. So they have this magnetic pen, can help them to improve their eye-hand coordination. The visual motor coordination as well. We have counting bears with tweezers. This is a tweezer. You can use it, for different variety. You can use it to pick up beads, pick up the colored bears and the colored cups as well. This is for counting, and the activity cards that comes together with this set. And so we have DIY painting sets. These are the clay, clay with the transports theme. There are 10 pieces that comes with the paintbrush and also the paint. So if you are interested to get any of this, you can contact me.